Okay, everyone, sorry I'm late. My bus decided to drive the wrong way. Anyway, it's the Spanish Grand Prix, then I hope my audio's good, because I'm using a different mic. If it's not good, please let me know. But Rajic is leading ahead of Toro, then Tamar. All three of them on the mediums. Kevin then on the softs, Damian behind, and then Anderson doing very well, staying with them on the hards. Then lap 7 out of 33. We just turned Martin. If you can just tell me if my mic is good or too quiet. Nedzo has also just joined. We'll give him some time to move him over to his Xbox, which is excellent as my voice is kind of fucked after I decided to do something very stupid yesterday. But Rajic and Toro, these two Red Bulls, I mean, they've been so dominant this season and last season, and they kick Sabre. I mean, they are the new, like, Kevin and Jigs right now. Speaking of Jigs, he's in P8, so he's steadily improving race by race. Nedzo, I believe you're here now.
I am not here, I can confirm.
Well, you're on your Xbox, so...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, I am here, I'm joking. Right, I'm joining a session now, because Martin sent me an invite.
I'm gonna pull up the standings.
Okay, we're in the race. It's we're on lap 7. Okay, so there's nothing happened then.
I joined like a lap ago, pretty much.
Okay. I just completely forgot that I had to do a uni thing, and then because if I don't turn up to a commentary, people just need to ping the fuck out of me. So I'll have to.
See, usually when we do that,
Rajic.
when we do that, the commentator will scream at us like, "Don't fucking bring me! I got better shit to do."
No, I haven't got better shit to do. I just forget. So just this is a note to Martin for after race. If you need me, ping me, call me, whatever, so you can get my fucking attention, because it'll just be I forget. Unless I've told you I'm not going to turn up, I will be turning up. Oh, Gold Samurai's out.
Oh.
Well, he's in the pits.
Oh, he's in. Oh, right. Well, in terms of standings, Rajic leads Toro. The difference between them, 0 points. Round 1, Rajic got round 1, Rajic got 27 points and Toro 18. Round 2, Rajic got 17 and Toro 26. After that, it's a pretty big 20-point gap to Kevin, then a further 5 points to Caesar, and then 1 point to Damien. So right now it's looking like the two Red Bulls are the dominant, and it shows that constructor standings after just 2 races. The points difference is 62 over McLaren, who just lead Ferrari by 1 point. So I don't know, this season it could be a Rosberg-Hamilton style where the two teammates fight between each other with during some races you have one driver fighting them, and this race it is Tamar, and Rajic tried going for the double overtake. He got past Toro, but right now I think the star is Anderson being able to keep up with these guys on the hards.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one. I'm impressed with Tamer though. Tamer has improved, or not improved so much. He's just been consistently good since he came into this league, and he won last time out, I think, and he's doing so well this race as well.
Yeah, I think last race was called off though, due to something. I wasn't there.
But I was there. Apparently, some people were whining about it actually counting towards the championship when it was trying to be count. Yeah, people are just having a complaint for no reason because they're all cunts. But yeah. Anyway, Tamer Rajic. It's a typical what we call a VDRL train. I've decided to call it one. We've never heard that before, but it's a VDRL train. Top 7 are in the train, and then it's fucking Jix, who's been washed since the start of F124.
So someone needs to pull the trigger here with an undercut, because if Jigs pit, okay, maybe not if Jigs, but if Nicholson pits, it'll force pretty much everyone else into the pits. Look at that behind. 2 abreast, Ferrari of Kevin going half defensive. Oh, there's a lockup, fat lockup. I think that was from the Aston Martin of Anderson. Still getting to grips with his hards then, which should be gripped up by now, lap 10. So should be all good to go. The softs will start to fade on Kevin, and I think we see that now as he's dropped quite a bit of time, almost 6/10 to Toro, and the guys behind him are edging to get past.
I think the hards will probably actually be the best tyre at this point, to be honest. The mediums are halfway worn, the hards won't be right there just yet. So Anderson can definitely use this to his advantage. yeah, we're looking towards this part of the lap. I don't think you never see any moves into turn 10 usually,
There
especially
you
since
go.
they reconfigured it. They reconfigured
Yeah.
it, and I think that
So
definitely.
stupid.
I mean, obviously, the reason why I did it was because I think it was for the motorbike racing or
Yeah.
something like that. But
But I think the piece of tarmac still exists for the old track, so why do they not just use that?
yeah. I always remember when I used to go on Project Cars 2 a couple of years ago. I used to forget that the old layout existed, and I just break way too deep into the corner. But yeah,
Well,
Tamer's
Tamar
back into the
takes
lead.
the lead. Yep. Do you want to be in the lead at this point? Because right now, I guess since you've got two rebels behind you, you can only get undercut by one. But you can't react to whatever the guy behind you is doing. I think Rajic and Toro, I'm not sure if they're racing this as a team or if Toro is secretly thinking, oh, I'm going to pit this lap and go for the undercut.
No, they tend to work together. At least like they don't fight when it's not necessary, or when it's going to lose them time. So they'll be clever about it. They'll know what each other are doing, even if they're not like less necessarily going, oh, you go first, no, you go first. They will be helping each other out in terms of just driving along and not trying to get in each other's way, which will help them with guys like Tamer and guys like Kevin if he can not spin for the 80 millionth time this season.
Well, that's certainly been a thing that's bound to happen in previous seasons, and this season I think he's done it once so far from like third
I
place.
know like twice or 3 times.
Oh, never mind, twice or 3 times.
Oh,
Then,
Kevin's in. Kevin's just come in.
Kevin's in, and this is what we've said. Someone has pulled the trigger here, and it's Kevin on the softs. Makes sense. Goes into none. Does not speed in the
I
pit
think he's
lane.
gonna go hards.
Yeah, mediums is going to be a stretch.
Yeah, new hards will actually be most likely better. Well, definitely better than mediums at this point. So, could be an underrated strategy. As Froebel goes into the pits as well, I assume he'll be going on to a set of hards. I don't know why, because he was on a different strategy, but it'll be interesting.
Maybe he just killed his tires, or he's going for the undercut. Kevin is not getting out in clean air. In clean air here. He's in. Oh, never mind. He just got in front of
Bumblebum.
JJ Emblem. Emblebum. JJ Emblebum.
Yeah, I just call him Gemblebum because I'm not pronouncing 4 syllables. Fuck that shit. Yeah, so we've got Kevin on his outlap. He's not gaining at the moment on the car in front of him, which is Ozan Izik. Oh, he is now. But I think we'll see at least one of the leaders come in this lap. If they don't, they're stupid. Tanner is struggling on those tyres. He's properly all over the shop. I'm surprised we haven't seen one of the leading guys come in. I'm really surprised.
I think they're all just a bit too stubborn. They're like, okay, lads, let's work together now. Thing is, while they are working together here, Tamara's going to go for it here, isn't he?
I was like, oh my goodness, 8th back to 10th and 11th, they're all coming in. As
10 seconds.
Jix washed. We need to play, this is an idea from Martin in the socials, get a compilation of his F123 moments, and then just play them and just put an F124 moment of him running in 13th on the side.
Hey, round one, he was running like dead last, and Azref, I'm gonna call him, has snapped his front wing off.
Yeah. This looks like a driver who isn't really capable of doing anything, really. I think worse than me is the tier we're going to put him in.
Ah, alright, so, what, either absolute dog shit or world class?
Well, no, I said the tier below, in a tier below me. I'd put myself in a C tier. He's got to be D, maybe even E tier. But yeah, Tamer's in. Tamer's decided he's going to... I think this is a clever decision from Tamer. And he's... Oh, Azor has retired. Safety car?
Oh, I think it was in the pits, yeah. Oh, here we go then, Anderson on those hards. He wants to get past these guys quickly then, as they could be starting to hold them up, but he needs to get past the lead.
Sun and Ice Cream also went in. Yeah. That's a big point.
So this is when Anderson needs to start pushing now, but the two Red Bulls on the mediums, he can't really do anything about it, especially in turn 4, going into 5, maybe if he gets a good run. No, he's still too far behind. He needs to get past what I'm assuming will be Rajic. Smartest call for Red Bull right now would be to pit Rajic so Toro can defend from Anderson with Rajic's DRS.
Yep. Another thing. Actually, I'd say Toto should pit, and it'll be longer for him to catch up to Rajic, and then Rajic can make it a bit harder. And also, Anderson has a lot of ERS to play with, so Rajic would be a better guy to defend with.
I just realized from 2026, the new, or not the new DRS, but the new overtaking assistant, it's gonna be called MOM, right? Or MOM.
I don't fucking know. I've always called like X mode or something like that. Or
I
Z
thought-
mode. Oh, Rajic nearly shot himself a fix at that corner. And
I thought it was MOM. Let's say I said that sentence. It would be, so Toro can defend himself with Rajic's MOM.
Yeah. It's something,
alright.
everyone passes around Rajic's mode anyway, so it's not really like it's anything new. That fucking felt like a lead balloon. Nice one. Did you hear what I was just saying then?
Yeah. Alright, let's look at the predictions then for the race. So, Tamar's predicted him, Rajic, Toro, Kevin. That's a solid race prediction. I would say that.
Putting yourself to win. As Ice Cream and Enzo battling side by side.
That's the only prediction we got. All right.
Okay, yeah. No one likes us.
We got one guy from Tamar, and he's tipped himself to win.
Okay.
And I just realized Tamar came out behind Kevin.
He did come out behind Kevin, but he does have slightly better worn tyres. Who's coming in this lap? Rajic. Rajic is in.
Sorry, Rajic, yep. So now Anderson needs to use the DRS to get up to Toro real close. He might even overtake him on the
straight. Yeah, he's going to overtake him already. Yeah, he's just gone flying by.
Yeah. Alright.
Now, if I was told, I'd be the biggest arsehole possible and try and stay right with him and then send a dive into one of the, like, turn 10 or something like that.
It's going to be real tough on those mediums.
Yeah, but he doesn't need them. He doesn't need them in, like, a lap's time. As now Kevin's gone fastest. That's scary for everyone else behind. I just like to point out, how far is he off the lead? Oh, he's 18 seconds. I thought it was like 4 seconds there, but no, it's because pit stops and stuff. But he's definitely gaining. If I look on the lap charts, he is about 1.6 seconds a lap quicker than the leading guys. He will be in a threatening position towards the end, or even when they come out the pit stops. Obviously, he'll have slightly more worn tyres, which will have a bad effect on him for the rest of the race unless he can get in DRS.
Yeah. Anderson not really being able to pull away from Toro here. Kept still at half a tenth. I think he is safe down the main straight, but unless Toro drains his battery, won't be. And the entire field is at Aston Martin sandwich.
And now Tamer's gone through on Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's only chance was undercut. Now he needs to stick with Tamer.
Yeah, it's a clever choice. It's because Toro and Anderson decided to stay out. I think could Toro be trying to go to a medium soft? Or
I
so
mean,
could
if
Anderson.
he stays in the DRS, I think so. Anderson's going hard soft. I mean, you go to like lap 22 then, I think. Yeah, 22. Maybe as early as 21 onto 22, but I'd say 22 onto 23. Maybe 21 onto 22. But Toro, if he just stays with the DRS, I wouldn't say he's losing that much lap time.
Yep. And obviously, if a safety car comes out now, these two are, as the kids would say, Gucci.
As the kids would say, they would be skibbity. Oh my God, kill me. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, you're not sorry. Right, because of that, I'll have to go over to Sweden and put you on the sex offenders register myself.
Luckily, you don't know where I live.
I can still find your legal name.
No, you
Eye
don't.
contacts.
You don't know my legal name.
I'm a trainee journalist. I'll just hack your phone. There we go.
Alright, if you do that, then hats off to you.
I will.
You won't.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, quite
The
sure.
last person that doubted me is in the bottom of a lake. Admittedly, that was a fisherman because he fell, and it was completely unrelated to what I did. But yeah.
Well, I beat you at 33, then just over 50% way through, and we're at the part of the race where the commentators have absolutely lost their mind. Yo, flag sector 2. Oh, that has.
Yeah,
come
someone
on,
has.
safety, come on. Sing it with me now.
Jumbo was just not
Safety
going.
car.
Oh, I thought Jumbo was trying to go slow
Safety
forward
car.
safety car then.
Safety car. Safety car.
Not going to be a safety car. Right, can I just say, whoever decided to race at Spain deserves to have their balls cut off because it's the most boring race I've ever seen in my entire life. I think, get Monaco on here.
Get Monaco on the calendar, yeah. That's just...
People say, oh, it's too hard. Well, if you're a fast driver, then all the fast drivers are good at Monaco. That's why I'm good at Monaco. As Anderson is in. So Anderson is going mediums.
What is Toro doing now? That is the question.
He is...
Anderson's gonna have the best tires throughout the rest of the Grand Prix now.
Obviously, unless Toro somehow gets onto a set of softs.
I think he'll be that far behind that even with these guys DRS and slipstreaming, he won't catch up, and by the time
That's a good point.
up, his softs
That's a good point. DRS will stop the other guys behind from losing as much time. We had that with can't remember who it was a couple of races ago.
Guessing it was Australia.
It could have been Austria.
Australia.
Because that's a very DRS potent track as well.
Yeah.
I love that word, potent.
Oh,
I love it.
Fuck off.
What?
I picked up my phone and all my cards fell out of it.
Cogs? Hey, I was like, you're in Sweden, not fucking Sri Lanka.
You know, like my transport card, my bus card, my school card, my work card, my lunch card.
Your grinder card, your
my XXL Magnum sized dong condom.
Fuck off! You're not Danny fucking DeVito.
Oh no, I dropped it.
My Magnum dong.
Oh, I think he's still staying out, and he's losing quite a bit of time now without Anderson pulling him along.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time to go. Le lemon, le lemon.
Martin, kick him from the server. Well, Ramos got past Jigs. Good job to you, Ramos. Solid, not bad. GG, Nuri. Anderson not really catching up. Gap 2.4 seconds. He needs to close up in sectors 2 and 3. Another big lock for Tamar there. Who's joined? Oh, you actually kicked them.
I was confused. I just saw Martin has left the channel, so I was like, oh, Martin's kicked himself. As the pits he comes, he's going to lose his lead to Tamer, who is now the leader of the race. As Anderson goes fastest, and now Anderson to the lead. Sorry, Rajic to the lead. Rajic to the lead. Then his teammate has come out in 6th. Is he going to come out behind Kevin? No, he's not, because Kevin spun. But now, all Toro has to gain on brand new soft tyres is, let me just get my timer out, 6.7 seconds. Right, Jale, you left as soon as Kevin did a bottle.
Tell you what, I went into the Red Bull call, and I can confirm Toro is going to go soft, and in fact he has gone soft. So all my info is useless, but literally I clicked disconnect from the Red Bull call, and I heard Kevin spun. Sorry, Rajik, that's, I want to say your voice. Then I go into the Ferrari team call, and Kevin said he just turned in on me.
Okay, well, I actually, unfortunately, I decided to switch camera angle at the exact point that they made quote unquote that they came together, or Kevin spun. So I don't know if they made contact or spun, or obviously I know he spun, but I didn't know what actually caused it. Don't play zero is out. Oh, he's in the pits. Oh. As Tamer going for the lead, up the inside. 2 trailer park Williams go around the outside, but he doesn't get the move done. Doesn't get the move done. Oh, is he going to actually try it though into turn 4? Turn 3, he's keeping side by side, kissing the rear right quarter panel of that Red Bull, like TRL Limitless kisses 14-year-old girls as we come in towards turn 5. He's going to back out of that one.
Yo, flag sector 1, that's a Aston Martin round. It's not Anderson. Anderson has put up.
It's don't play 0. He's AI coming out of the pits. That's what that is. Tamer still close behind Rajic, but more importantly, Toro's right on the back of Nico-san and Damian. What he needs to do is he needs to use some ERS and just launch past the both of them here, or just do it into the third to last corner. Shades of Coulthard and Barrichello in 2000 and it might just be 2000. But now Tamer and Anderson going side by side through the final corner. You don't usually see that, and they're both going to approach the leader. Like, and they may even go. No, it's not. I thought they were going to go 3 wide there, but they didn't. But Rajic does. Tamer does assume the lead. While Toro gets past Damian, Damian losing 2 positions in one go, and now he's got Nico-san in front of him. But if I was him, he could just go to the inside here, and he's going to do so.
Oh, Anderson trying to get past Rajic, and I think he has. He's forced him out wide to the long way of turn 4, and he has got the move as they go into turn 5 and they drop back. Tamar's looking up a shit ton into that turn, and I think there's contact between the Alpine and the Red Bull of Toro. Toro trying to get past Nico-san. Nico-san defending like he's racing for the championship. Toro, he needs to get past there. There's contact. Toro drifts wide. And luckily, he's managed to keep on the track, but that's such a shame. Now there's more contact. Why are you going side by side? That's a safety car, I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, that's a safety car. Right. First of all, like, that was always going to happen. They're both going for side-by-side moments at ridiculous corners that don't work side-by-side.
Yeah, I mean, that's a one-line turn right there.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say that one particular driver should back out, because I don't think it's either of their particular faults, but common sense says, whoever, because I didn't see who was actually further ahead at the braking point, but common sense says, whoever's, like, behind should just back out. But everyone's into the pits now. I mean, Toro's kind of saved his own race by having the next contact with Nico, so whether that was his fault or not, I don't know. But he's actually going on to mediums because he doesn't have a set of spare softs. Either that or he just forgot to queue up a set of tyres. Rajic is the only one who's going to go on to softs. Why they've done that, I don't know.
Oh, 10 seconds.
Why has he got that? I didn't see what happened.
Not me. Oh, he's got front wing damage. Anderson, front right end plate gone.
So I assume that they've caught up to a safety car. He's not spotted how slow the safety car's going, and he's got damage from it. He can still recover from this. If he comes in, he might be at the back of the pack, but he can still recover from this and get a top 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching VDRL. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the stream as well. Greatly appreciate it. Just takes one little click. And follow us on our social medias. That is Instagram and TikTok at VD Racing League or just VDRL. Now, hashtag ad time. Make sure to use code VDRL at the rogueenergy.com website so you can get 10% off for some Rogue Energy. Then Miniature Motor World, same code VDRL, 10% discount as well. Me and Nedzo checked it out a while ago. It's been when we first got these sponsors and looked pretty good from what I can recall. And F1 Factory, use code VDRL Racing, 10% off, and they have got everything in the world of Formula 1 to offer.
Yep. And Anderson is in the pits. He is going to come out last here, but that's not exactly the end of the world. He's in fourth, obviously. He's at the moment in fourth. He's also got that penalty that he's going to serve. He was going to come out in last anyway, but it was not the end of the world.
Why is he going medium?
Well, he's not even changed his tyres yet.
Yeah.
He's going soft. He's going soft.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
It just said medium one lap, that's why.
Yeah. He'll actually have an advantage over the guys. I mean, Gembleman has decided to fucking stay on hard for some twatty reason, but everyone, and so is Enzo. So the Haas boys are trying to cook up something. They're cooking up raw chicken. They're cooking up raw chicken on that one. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's not the greatest of things. But everyone else is alright. Anderson is the 5th driver on soft tyres. So let's say if there was to be a rule that the FIA just put in that you have to finish the race on soft tyres, he'd be 5th at the end.
That's a goofy rule.
Yeah. I think we should have a race director like thing you can do in this game where people can hand out penalties, people can institute like, mid-race rules.
Bro, I've been saying that shit since like F1 2021. Let's say there's a yellow flag, a car's crashed, and you can't just give out a safe car because you can. It'll be like safe car, virtual safe car, or let's say red flag is too much for that.
You could do for example NASCAR rules where someone spins off, it's instantly a caution, so everyone just bunches up again.
Here we go then. Right. We are racing once again, Martin. Let's go on board with Damian, who's made his way up the pack quite nicely, hasn't he?
Yeah, up from P6, P7 to P1, or P2, should I say. I mean, if I was Radic, I would not want to be in this position right now. It is pretty much the longest flat-out run on the calendar, maybe apart from Mexico or Spa. But he's gone. He's gone early, actually. And
and he's got it. He's got it. Look at that. 5 and a bit tenths.
I mean, he's not Damian's forced to do a good job.
Damian has to drain his battery now. And he is really draining it all the way down to 46%. And we're now just over halfway, trying to warm up his tires now. As well, we know it's an absolute pain on this game. Lookups left, right, and centre as the Williams go in. The Ferrari at the back looking up as well. Keep an eye on Anderson if he can move up the grid as well.
He decided to be a bit cautious at turn 1, which I think is the correct idea, because people are just going to be chaotic, especially at the back. It's like watching Dumb and Dumber race each other with some of these guys. But yeah, Talha and Gembleman fighting, Remus and Denzo fighting, and more importantly, Damian and Toro fighting to make sure misses. Oh yeah, see look, Damian realises what's going on and backs out into that turn. Some of us don't. As now
oh, never mind. I think he jinxed it. Is Anderson out? I feel so bad for it. He was doing so well.
Ozan is out. Anderson isn't, obviously. Another safety car. What this will do is, well, first of all, it'll allow the Haas guys to pit because they're being stupid by not. And yeah, John has no front wing anyway, so he'll be pitting anyway. Anderson's up to 12th now. I mean, I don't think that helps him because obviously he's now going to spend less time being able to gain through the pack. Unless everyone else comes in, they're fucked. Which they're not going to do. No one's going to come in apart from 2 Haas cars.
Got front wing damage from that contact, though.
I didn't see if he had contact. Let's see. Does he have contact? He's staying out. He doesn't have any damage. Several drivers into the pits though. Enzo is one of them. Gemblum's retired from the session. Don't know why he'd retired from the session with this many laps to go, because people could easily retire again. But now Anderson up to 11th. He's only one place outside of the points. So, a boring snooze fest turned into an attritional nightmare. Actually, no, it's not turned into an attritional nightmare because I'm pretty sure 4 or 5 of those retirements are people retiring because they can't be bothered in the pits. I do think we need to clamp down on that. I think that you should have
1 penalty point for each.
I think people should be allowed like 1 or 2 a season. Let's say you're just having a shit race and you're that 17th and you're doing nothing. Absolutely, 1 or 2 a season. But I think they should put like a hard cap on 3 per season. If you do it more, then you start getting penalty points, 1 per race.
It also doesn't make sense. I mean, you'll be in P13 with fresh softs, and there'll be like 4 laps to go. Anything can happen.
Yes. Or you could. This is another argument. Because these I'm assuming because obviously we have a full grid. I'm assuming other people can be reserves. Yeah. Why are we denying reserves the opportunity to race when drivers aren't finishing under their own steam just because they can't be bothered?
Yeah.
So
saying like, oh, I have to go. Just let your AI finish. I mean, it's been more than 90% of the race. I think that's the rule.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If someone says genuinely that they had a reason, like, oh, they had to go and have a real life thing, then fair enough. But if it's just I can't be asked to race, then that's not really a good excuse, apart from maybe once or twice a season when you do have a shit time. So yeah, Martin, institute that into the rules now. Otherwise, I'll send paedophile demons to your house. Anyway,
still waiting.
Binder. His chick's bottling it again. This man has fallen. His downfall needs to be studied.
Yeah, honestly, I would like, like one of these F1 insiders.
Yeah.
I would love one of those on Cheeks.
Yeah. Or a Schofield style video. the downfall, why Jix is no longer as good as he used to be.
Or one of those, what the hell happened to Jigs? And like, what the heaven happened to that?
Josh Ravel. Get Josh Ravel, pay him to do a video.
Here we have
influence.
a wild Jigs in his natural habitat. F123. And now he's out on the hunt. His younglings are waiting patiently at home, aka his trophy cabinet. But F124 is a dangerous place with predators such as Rachik, Toro, and some might even say Kevin. He's really struggling, and the more time it takes, the more time his trophy cabinet is vulnerable. As now, Rachik sets the fastest lap of the race. Cheeks needs to find something here, or else his younglings will starve to death or be eaten by the predators. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know. Damian up into P3. He's actually turned it on in the last
He was P3 out of the safe car restart.
Oh yeah, I mean he has turned it on in the last couple months because he was like P7 at one point.
He was P6 consistently. I mean, if he's in the interview books, we gotta ask him that. Like, it felt like it just. I know Anderson pit, so that's one position he can get. Speaking of Anderson, this is why you choose Sweden, lads, never Denmark.
Wow, I will not tolerate racism.
It's no racism. It's a joke we have between each other. I'm sure he makes fun of Swedes all the time.
Okay.
It's just because Sweden and Denmark have had more wars between each other than any other two countries. Yes, even more than Germany and Poland. Yes, even more than England and France. Yes, even more than Ireland and England. And yes, even more than a tribe from the 16th century and another tribe from the 16th century.
Why are you assuming that tribes can only be from the 16th century? Are you being racist towards tribes?
No, but like, most tribes don't exist that long.
Especially not in genocides.
Yeah. Just has to be Americans, anyway. Or the Brits would be in that case.
Shush. We are great at bringing people together by shooting them and piling all their bodies into one big box. But anyway, I'll tell you what would make this track more interesting. Just put a chicane on every single corner.
Hear me out.
What?
You pick up the Hockenheim ring and slap it down on this.
Now, I have an idea. Why don't you take the original Targa Florio layout and put it
Oh, dear God. Oh, there's a spin out throw by. Jigs has just murdered throw by. Oh, dear God.
Well, at least he's going to get 1 point to feed to his young children.
His younglings, but it's not something that can go into the trophy cabinet. A point does not go into the trophy cabinet.
Well, it is if you're Tottenham Hotspur.
Then it is, but it's Jigs Tottenham Hotspur. Right now, he's a bit like Manchester United.
What? Oh, and Anderson's been a paedophile. Brilliant.
11 finishes, Martin. This needs to get changed. But side by side between the Haas and Jigs. Jigs fighting for his life out there, making sure he actually does not finish behind a Haas and does not do a Sergio Perez. But right now, he's sticking right up his gearbox.
To be fair, he is on older mediums. He's doing decently well.
Yes, but it's Jigs. Like, come on now.
No, that was a good point. But then again, as we said, Jigs has fallen off. He's no longer the driver he was. To be fair, I don't think he's not the driver he once was. I think it's the handling model isn't as good as it once was. Like, I know I had a massive fall off from F1 2021 to F1 22 because it was just utter horse shit on 22. And then
I think most people had that.
Yeah.
I remember, like, let's say, as an example, let's say you were doing 105 AI, F1 2021, you were doing like 90 on 2022.
I mean, it's not always an AI because...
That's the final lap, by the way, and it's a Red Bull 1-2. Rajik takes the championship lead ahead of Toro. Damian comes home in a strong P3. Nate, so do you mind if you do the interviews by yourself as I go ahead of?
Okay. That race was so fucking anticlimactic that we didn't even realise it was finishing. Sorry, everyone.
Anyway, thank you, everyone, for having me. Sorry I got to shoot off now. But Nedzo, he's going to take good care of you, don't worry.
I will take good care of you, I'll be like that sugar daddy. Anyway, so we move on to the winner's podium, and the second placer's podium, and the third placer's podium. We have the two Red Bull drivers. The Spaniard, Rajic, comes out on top, followed by Toto in P2. Third place is Mr. Damian in the end. He decided to actually turn up in the last part of the race. But yeah, we'll move into the rest of the order, and then we'll move into the interview pen / booth / call / whatever. Watching the celebrations now, a bit of champagne, as the Sri Lankans say. And now we move in towards the results sheet. So, Rajic takes the 25 points for the win, followed by Toro, Damian, and Tamer, who ran back the podium and get 4th place for Tamer. Kevin got 5th, the fastest lap, because he couldn't help not spin it for the 80 millionth time this season, followed by Ice Cream, Remus, Talha, Jix, Frobel, Enzo, and then, despite Anderson being a paedophile, he finishes a lap down. And then the retirements were Jembleblum, Honda, Ozan, Nicholson, Don't Play Zero, Raza, Azref, Gold Samurai, Han, and Mavis. Right, we're going to move into the interviews pen, and then we're going to ask some questions, because that's what you're fucking doing in interviews pen, you dimwit. Anyway, right, let's go. Alright, let's see. So we've got Damian, we've got Toto, and we've got Rajic. That is fantastic, fan-dabby-dozy. I will wait for Damian to unmute himself, get himself prepared if he needs to, I don't know, take a piss or kiss his mum or something like that. We'll just wait. Oh, he's unmuted himself now, so he's ready for action. So, right, so we've got our P3 man here. The first question I want to ask you, because it was a quite interesting phenomenon, I mentioned it a couple of times on commentary. You were sat in P6, P7 for most of that race, kind of outside of the fight. Then a safety car comes around, and you cycle up to second and then fell to third. How did that happen?
Yeah, I really don't know. Some people make mistakes, and that helped me, I think.
Okay, that was a very abrupt. Answer. Okay, that was So yeah, that was obviously. I'm not sure. I think that is, from what I can remember, your first podium of the season. You seem to be, from what I can remember, a regular driver. I'm not sure if you've done every race this season again. That's just because I never look at the standings. But this is a question I usually ask to a lot of drivers a lot of the time. Do you think that this could maybe not a title challenge, but do you think you could be in contention for a good top 3, top 5 placing in the driver standings now?
No, I don't think so. Rajic, Toro, and Kevin are too quick, I think, for me.
Okay. And lastly, let me think of another question. Are you pleased with this result? As in, because you said it yourself that you didn't really expect to be in this position. Are you pleased with the way this has gone? And do you think that you'll get another podium before the end of the season?
I hope so. I'm not the best at Spain, so P3 is the best result for me. So yeah, I hope for the next tracks I can get P3.
That's fair enough. So some very concise and good lines from our third place man. Now we'll move on to our second place man. It's a Red Bull driver, as it usually always is in these top positions and on the podium. Can't remember a time when they weren't on the podium. Obviously, Toto, it wasn't a super exciting race, especially not for the lead. It was mostly just DRS passes. How was it from your perspective?
I mean, it was a good race. I had the incident with Nicholson, sadly. But yeah, it is what it is. I wanted to do from mediums to softs at lap 24. I wanted to pit, but my mediums were very shit. So, well, yeah, I pitted earlier, and yeah, I think in quali I could do much better than P6. I did a mistake. I mean, not one mistake, but two maybe more. And yeah, well, I mean, I practiced only for 3 hours today, and that's it. I didn't practice more, so I'm happy with my comeback from P6 to P2.
You practice for 3 hours and you say that's not a lot. Fucking sweat. Anyway, another question. Let me think of one.
I mean,
Obviously,
3 hours is not a lot. I'm practicing 20 hours a week, so.
Jesus Christ, get a fucking life, get a job, get a girlfriend that you can do for 20 hours a week. Anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, obviously this is a loss in your championship, but I'm not sure what the points swing would be and where you would be in terms of that. But how are you looking for the championship? And do you think you can? Obviously, you will think you can get to the championship because you're definitely up there. But how is it looking for this and the next couple of races? Where do you think you're going to get the championship swings?
I mean, I think from this from this race, I will be losing quite 8 points, 10 points, something like the track to Rajic. Of course, I want to be first, but yeah, we'll see what will happen in next races. And I think I know my like, and I will spun or get a puncher next race. We'll see. Everything can happen, and yeah, I hope I will win the next race.
Yeah. Talking about spins, one of your quote unquote championship rivals spun again. But lastly, let me think of another question to ask. It was a bit of an anticlimactic one. Obviously, you had the incident with Nico's, which I completely forgot about because there was just so much that went on in that last part of the race. But do you think you could have got the win here today if it had gone differently for you?
I think I could do it if not the safety car that I did by myself. But yeah, I think I could won that for sure.
Right, that was our second place man who is far too sweaty to be in an F1 league. Actually, no, he can't be far too sweaty to be in an F1 league. But anyway, we move to our number one man, the Spaniard. I don't know if it's his third or second or whatever time winning this season. But yeah, we have our winner. How was the race from your perspective, Rajic?
It was thought because Kevin and Tamer and all the top five had a very huge pace, and it was difficult to defend the first position, the first laps. And at firstly, I had the strategy as thorough, medium, and then soft. But when I saw I think Kevin and Tamer doing hards and getting faster, I thought, okay, maybe there is a safety car. If I am lucky, it will be good. And yeah, I was lucky, and not. The reason of the safety car is not the best because maybe my teammate will get a penalty. But yeah, this win is most from luck than from pace.
Yep, so obviously this is now your second win on the season. You have obviously you've not been off the podium so far, the same as your teammate. You've got the next couple of rounds in Interlagos, in Zandvoort, in Monza. Where are you looking to pick up the most points? Which of those are your better tracks?
I think. Wait, I have to see the calendar. But from the first row, you mean?
From just in like I just said, Interlagos, Zandvoort, Monza. There's Qatar, there's Suzuka. There's a couple of really different tracks on that.
I think my best tracks in this season are Brazil, Monza, and Hungary. And yeah, that's the three best tracks for me.
And two of those three come in the next couple of events, so we'll watch out for you and see if you can pull out a lead. Yeah, so obviously this is another 1-2, provisionally another 1-2 for Red Bull. The actually only the second one of the season, but it's the third out of 4 times you've got to win. Are the fans going to start to get bored of Red Bull dominance?
It's just like in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that concludes today's coverage of VDRL Tier Friday. Sorry, guys, for not being here to commentate from the start. I just completely forgot I was doing some uni stuff. But otherwise from that, We should be here next week. We need to remind Martin to just ping and call the living shit out of me until I join the call or join the interviews. Not interviews, commentary. But yeah, it's been a good race to commentate on. Bit anticlimactic, but then a bit climactic, I should say. It had a lot of boring stuff to start with, and then it got safety cars towards the end, which was interesting. Without further ado, though, I think that I've been Nedzo. I think that I am Nedzo. I'm Nedzo. And I'll see you all later.